So you two are about to go pound for pound, blow for blow for JJ. Okay. Okay. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 5, The Main Event. So we start off with Latrice. She meets with Selena, JJ's ex. And of course, Latrice is her typical Miss Mississippi messy boots self, and she is talking to Selena, and Selena is throwing shade at So Gucci. And in the confessional, Latrice says that So Gucci is mad because JJ is still in love with Selena. It took him 30 years to divorce Selena. So with that, we see Selena and she tries to explain why her and Gucci don't get along. And she claims every time she sees Gucci, Gucci ignores her or tries to play her. Even if she says hello, she gets ignored. Seems a little petty to me, but we're going to just rock with that, okay? So we see Letitia and Glenn. They go to visit the grandmother. And this is definitely a hard scene. They come into the house. The cousin gives an update as far as how at this point they can't do anything for her. So, they just have to try to make her comfortable. So Glenn and Letitia go into the room to see the grandmother. The grandmother definitely looks tired, but she definitely knows who Glenn is because she says, "Hi, Glenn," and says, "I love you," and everything. And it was really hard. And Glenn just wasn't accepting that he was going to lose his grandmother. And he said, "My grandmother's going to be all right." And his cousin is like, "Look, Glenn, she's tired." And she pretty much asked the Lord to take her home every day. And that kind of just choked me up because I was just like, it's one of those things where you don't want to see your loved one pass because you want that loved one to be there because, of course, you want them to be there forever. But at the same time, we also don't want to see them in pain. So, it was definitely difficult. Glenn was crying. Letitia was crying. It was just definitely hard for them to process. So prayers to their family. I don't know if the grandmother is still here, but it was definitely a hard scene to watch. So Letitia meets with Marie. And by the way, I love Marie's pixie cut with the curls that she has. It's always on point. There's not one hair out of whack. It's like curl perfection. I wish I could have my hair like that, but for me, I can't do the cream crack anymore, aka relaxer perm. But it's beautiful. I can admire it from afar, but it can't happen on my head. So Letitia is trying to hook Marie up on a blind date. And Marie expresses her concerns of being a successful, businesswoman, multimillionaire. And I definitely understand that. But child, she mentions that she needs to have him sign an NDA to even go on a date with him. Who, Lord. I definitely was like, okay, this kind of feels like a production scene for sure. But I was like, okay, girl, like the first date, really an NDA? Like, what are you really going to tell him on the first date when you guys are getting to know each other? So that's why I was like, oh, this is definitely a production scene for sure. So Latrice shows her friend her new location for Goddess Links. Links. What is it? Goddess Limps? I don't know. Her wig and hairline. And of course, while she's talking to her friend about her issues with Cliff, Cliff comes up like he's the boogeyman. And, he's like, "I heard you was talking about me." And she's like, "Nah, I ain't talking about you, Daddy. I ain't talking about you." You were talking about him at the same time. I don't know why he cares. But he, I guess, is supposed to be either the contractor or she didn't make him the contractor. But it just seems like the issue is business. Him doing business stuff for her may be the issue as to why, she can't separate her marriage from her business and why he may feel like he can have more control over it. Because I think she said that he's going to be the contractor for the building. And I'm like, why? Hire someone, because if you have him involved, he definitely is going to think he's running the show and he's going to tell you what he wants to do with the building. I think that's what she said, but you guys let me know in the comments below. So Letitia actually goes on a date night with Glenn. And Glenn, of course, is asking about their relationship. And she says maybe for him to become the best him, it doesn't include her. And of course, he's looking like, what? Like, hell no, like that's not about to happen. And he says, he doesn't want his son to be raised in a broken home. And Letitia says Josh will be happy with happy parents. And of course, Glenn always wants to mess it up because he's impatient and he wants to have things his way. And he says, if you don't stop playing, you're going to lose some real stuff. So in other words, I guess he was trying to imply, if you don't stop playing, you're going to lose me. And Letitia like, what? Like, I guess in her mind, he still sees Letitia probably as that teenager. And Letitia has evolved, not only her mindset, her money, all of that stuff. So she says, okay, you know what? I'm not about to argue with you and you don't get it. And she leaves. And while she's leaving, Glenn says people get a little bit of money and then people change. Mm-hmm. That's the problem right there. Letitia is making money moves, okay? And it's possible Letitia's probably bringing in more money than him. And at this point, he's not feeling right about that. And so he thinks she's changing. And in reality, maybe she is. Maybe she has outgrown you. So, that's a hard situation. But the fact that he had to say that, I was like, he's really probably feeling like he's incompetent or he's not worthy because he's not bringing in the same type of money. So, I don't know. I'm trying to see where this storyline is going to go in regards to Letitia and Glenn. We shall see. So, Marie goes on her blind date. And child, oh my gosh, production, Letitia, y'all all wrong for this. Child, Trick Daddy's look-alike comes into that damn place, okay? He straight looked like Trick Daddy to me. He had the funks in his mouth, the golds in his mouth. I was like, oh my gosh. And Marie is trying to keep it cool, but she like, oh, hell no. Like, you have got to be kidding me. So, child, I knew this was definitely a production scene when she literally had the NDA and pulled it out. And this guy just randomly signs it. And honestly, truthfully, because of how he came in, I don't blame her. But I was just like, this is just not realistic. Like, I just don't see someone randomly signing a piece of paperwork and they don't really know what it is. He had no problem signing it. So, she pretty much says, looks aren't everything. And that's true. You know what I mean? Looks aren't everything. But she starts talking to him and he's saying he likes gaming. He likes to play, the PlayStations, whatever games out there. That's his thing. And she's like, he's a grown man. Like my sons, they play those games. Like, I'm not trying to raise no man. And so one thing I will say that I learned new from this scene, I didn't realize Marie had 3 boys and a daughter. Like, I knew she had 1 or 2 boys, but she has 3, and I didn't know she had a daughter. Has the daughter ever been on the show? Have we seen the daughter? Y'all let me know in the comments. So Latrice shows off her wig line, and the wigs actually do look nice. They are really, really nice from color to everything. So kudos to her on that. But of course, Miss Mississippi Messy Boots Latrice, child, she names all the wigs names and gives the cast member wig each name. So she has one that's called So Gucci. She has one that's called, of course, she shaded So Gucci. She shaded Akeisha. She shaded everybody, child. I can't wait until they have a reunion, because as much shade as she goes in on people and much stuff that she talks in the confessionals, I low key want to know what they say at the reunion, especially Marie. But knowing Marie, she's just not gonna give her the time of day. But Marie, whoo, like I'm wondering if we're gonna see a face off between those two before this season is over with. But with that being said, on a positive note though, those were some cute wigs. They were. So, and one thing I will say is that every last one of them, well, not maybe every last one of them, most of them truly use this opportunity to be able to market what they're doing. You know, Latrice with her wig line, Letitia, Akeisha, Marie, they are truly making it happen. So kudos to that. So here we go, y'all. So at the wig event, some people come. We knew Marie wasn't going to come. Tambra comes, Letitia comes, Akeisha comes, and So Gucci shows up. Okay? And so Gucci shows up, and the ex sees So Gucci, Selena does, and she's talking shit. And even when she's talking shit, Selena's own daughter, which is So Gucci's stepdaughter, says, okay, well, I'm about to go. Like, she literally is like, I'm about to go over here. You can tell she sees that her mother can be very problematic. It comes off that way because she just almost had this look like, you about to start, let me move on. And so with that, she's talking mess to Tambra. Next thing you know, So Gucci walks up to Tambra, gives her a hug, shows her some love, and then tries to walk away. Which honestly, yes, in my opinion, it was rude. Even if y'all don't get along, a simple, hey, how you doing, and keep it pushing would have been fine. However, it didn't happen. So, of course, Selena takes it there, and she was like, Tambra's the only person you see? And so Gucci's like, well, honey, you didn't want to speak to me at the baby shower. Next thing you know, Selena literally puts 20 on 10. And she's like, do you know how effing busy I was at the baby shower? And I'm like, okay, hold up. Like, I understand you were busy, but as a host, you typically greet people as they come in. But I could have sworn in that episode, the baby shower episode, she did speak. They spoke to each other. Weren't they asking for drinks or where the drinks were at? They spoke to each other. Y'all let me know, because I could have sworn I saw that. They did actually interact with each other. But so Gucci was like, look, you didn't speak. Selena's like, I was effing busy. And so next thing you know, Gucci takes the shade and Reed a step further, and she says she don't talk to extras. She don't talk to extras. So Selena, she takes it there. She starts going off. And then she says, you've always been second to me. And so in my opinion, with her saying that to So Gucci, to me, this proves that she hasn't gotten over JJ, not the other way around. Because in my opinion, there's too much tension between both of these women for them not to care about either one of them. Like, So Gucci claims she don't care about Selena. Selena claims she don't care about So Gucci. So what's the beef? This is my theory. And again, this is all alleged. Apparently, he did not divorce Selena for 30 years. Maybe, possibly, he dealt with her for 30 years, going in and out for 30 years. And then all of a sudden, he meets So Gucci. And then the next thing you know, he wants to divorce Selena, and So Gucci is there. Or maybe, possibly, there was an overlap between both of them, because there's too much tension for there not to be something like that happened. There's no way they should be this mad at each other. So they're going back and forth. So Gucci's like, show me then, like she ready to fight. Her eyes start getting big. Selena's eyes start getting big. And the next thing you know, the episode goes off. Child, I can't wait to the next episode. But that is a hot ass mess. You know what I'm saying? Selena's child is there. It's just ridiculous. And it's too much energy. Like, I'm sure for both of them, JJ was a good man. Or for So Gucci, JJ is still a good man. But come on. Come on, ladies. Like, seriously, fighting over, because that's what it's about. They're really fighting over him. And I was just like, this is too much. Like, it's JJ. Selena, move on. So Gucci, continue to be with your man. But something tells me there's something going on, an overlap, or Selena was caught out of the blue with her constantly, being in JJ's life. And then the next thing you know, So Gucci just randomly pops up and he wants a divorce. There's some emotions there. And damn it, I want to know. I want to know. I hope they ask with the questions at the reunion so we can really know if there was an overlap or what's really going on, because the tension is too high between them, baby. It's a little too much. But anywho, with that being said, what is your opinion on this episode? Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles!